Well, hello to everyone from Texas. It's Grandpa Hickory, and today we're going to be making East Texas style stew. It's delicious, and we are going to be using one of my favorites. This is eaten a lot down in East Texas, around Jefferson, around Marshall, Texas. That's where I learned to do this. I used to deer hunt down in Marshall, the other side of Marshall, Caddo Lake, and you take and you put your Hoppin Johns in there. This is real good. I don't know if you've ever tried it or not, but listen, once you try it, you'll see why the people down in East Texas absolutely love it. But you put that in there. That's your Hoppin Johns. And then you take a can of chickpeas and you add that, okay? Now, the next thing you do is, of course, always my favorite, is you put your yellow squash and Vidalia onion with the fluid into your pot. All right, now you're going to add your tomato sauce. Right after you put your squash in, you're going to add the tomato sauce, okay? Now, what you're going to do now is you're going to take a can of cream of chicken soup and you're going to put that in there. One whole can, cream of chicken. And after you do that, you're going to put 1 can of mixed vegetables in. And listen, people, this is so good. Once you make it, you will absolutely fall in love with this. Now you take your canned chicken breast with the fluid that's in the can, and you're going to pour 2 of these in, just like this. Got to clean my little spoon off there. All right, and you are now going to add your 2nd can of chicken breast. Now, these are the small cans of chicken breast. I've got some very large ones, but I've got so many of them, I'm trying to use them up. I bought these when they were on sale, and I have sure stocked up on them. So I got to use these things up because they have an expiration date on them. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to add our spices. This is your pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay. And this is your cracked black pepper, and I've already ground a bunch of it up in here. You can see it. And, oh, it's got such a wonderful smell. I just love this cracked black pepper, don't you? And you're going to put all that on there. Put it like that. Be liberal with it. Not too much, but, you know. Then add a little bit more pink Himalayan sea salt. And now, my favorite, which is the Iranian blue salt. I call it Iranian, but most people call it Iran. I don't know why. But this is Iranian blue salt. I call it Iranian. And you want to put about 4 sprinkles of that in there. Just like that, about 4 pinches. It sure does taste good. It adds such a zest to your stew. I mean, it's just absolutely wonderful. I just love it. Now, you're going to add your thyme. And you're going to put just a little bit of thyme in there. You don't need a whole lot. Just use what you got. And then you're going to take your cardamom, organic cardamom. And you're going to sprinkle some of that in there. Got to loosen it up some. You don't need a whole lot of that. And then you're going to put your oregano leaves. Now, you put a lot of these in, always. I learned that when I was the island of Crete. People were so wonderful. And then, of course, my favorite, the Italian dressing. I put this just about every stew that I make. I love this stuff so very, very much. And now you're going to put your basil leaves in. You're going to sprinkle them in here. And then you got your onion powder. You're going to sprinkle you some onion powder. Okay. We already got time, so we don't need any more time. Okay. Now, you're going to put your ground cumin in. That's your ground cumin. Put you a couple pinches of ground cumin. I'm going to put about 3 pinches of that in there. I just love cumin. It is so good. It gives such a flavor. And then you're going to take your garlic. This is granulated garlic. And you're going to take it. Make sure your spoon is dried off and everything. And you're going to get in here. And I'm real liberal with my garlic. You're going to put your garlic in. Oh, you ought to smell this when it's cooking. Oh, it's so good. And then my favorite is organic turmeric powder. I learned this from some people from India. They taught me about the importance of using turmeric in my meals. And I put this in every stew that I make. And this is going to be absolutely scrumptious. I'm telling you right now. What you're going to do is you're going to cook this on low simmer. And you're going to let it simmer. But look, you take your spoon and you just kind of jab it. You don't want to stir it. You want to just kind of jab it down. You got your fluid and everything in there. You got your soups in there. And it's all in there. Your chicken soup, cream of chicken. And you're going to let this start warming up. And what you got to do now is put your lid on. And you come over here and you set it on low. You want to simmer this. Always simmer. Never, ever boil anything. Don't let anybody tell you to boil something. You literally ruin things when you do that. And it's like scorching food, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to let this sit right here. And we are going to let it start simmering. And once it gets there real good, then we'll stir it some more. And we'll add a little bit more of purified water. You know what? I think I'll add just a dash of purified water to this right now. I always use purified water. And okay, so we've got everything in there now. And we're gonna cook this until it's done, and it takes a long while. I let it cook for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, because you barely get it bubbling on low heat. That's the importance when you're making a stew. Don't get in a hurry. Some people use beef. I use chicken. And, you know, when you use beef, you want it real tender. Well, it's the same with the chicken breast. I want it real tender. I want all my food real tender. And that's why I tell you, cook it on low simmer. Hey, you have a wonderful day, Grandpa Hickory. Please hit the like button, and I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the next video. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by, coming into my kitchen, and spending time with me. Lord bless you all, and I'll see you on the next video. And remember, this is East Texas style home stew.